It's all right. I don't even want to. You go.
No. I don't want to, like, every single week it's just me introing. You have to have your time in the spotlight. I get that now, okay?
Okay, whatever.
I just happen to have a really good joke for later, so, I mean...
Okay, well, I mean, if you only... Okay, go ahead then, buddy.
No,
really
because,
want.
like, if I take that away from... Just go.
Okay then. All right, well, 30 seconds in, I'm introducing the podcast. I am Bob, that is Daniel, and we have guest star Shirah on today. Say hello.
Hello, everyone. Hi.
I love how you forced her to say hello. You're like, say hello.
I'm super nice. I'm really good to our guest stars, as you probably, if you're listening to this, you probably listened to the one where we had Izzy and Quadri on, and I was very nice to them too.
Yay,
so this is a thing.
Woo!
Yeah. This is our 11th episode, and this is also the 11th time we've recorded this opening. So, it's real great stuff here. We're trying our best. You just give us a little bit of slack. It might not be the best episode, but it won't be the worst, because we all know the worst episode was the one where Daniel was trying to convince me to watch La La Land.
Okay, yeah, it's probably true. But, okay, on to my joke.
Calm down,
all right,
calm down.
So, no.
Right, take
this
a deep breath,
episode,
and then say what you want to say. Go ahead.
This episode is like a circle. You want to know why? Because it has no point. Hello?
You could have said any number of things that this podcast was.
What?
But you went with circle.
Why?
Yeah.
Why, Daniel?
You could have said something like,
Gosh, Daniel.
I don't know. Gosh, Daniel. Yeah. See, Shirah knows what's up here.
Yeah.
You could have gone with anything. You could have gone with, like, it's like a basketball because it has no point. You could have said anything, because I'm not sure a circle specifically. I'm not sure.
Basketballs do have points. They have little grooves, those, like, they point out, so they have a little bit of points,
Yeah, I don't even understand what you're going for anyways, but that's all right. It's probably a good joke. It probably made someone laugh. And if one person laughed, it's all worth it. We can end the podcast now. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Is this the end of the podcast already?
If you did laugh, tweet us and say #I laughed.
That's the worst hashtag ever, to be truthful. I'm sorry.
Very good.
Well, I mean, I think I'm proving my point here about this episode not having much of a point. So maybe if we make it have a point, then my joke will become even less funny. Well, anyways, do we want to like?
If that's actually possible for it to be even less funny, but okay, we can try.
So I guess this episode we're gonna be talking about some of the like recent movies and stuff that have come out. We didn't really talk about or like review or anything because we're kind of like lazy. And those.
Well, we aren't lazy, but I mean, I guess here's what I think about the podcast, Daniel. Here's what I believe the podcast is all about. We come up with topics and we just say something, right? We'll just say something random, but I don't want this to be the kind of podcast where we feel the pressure to do movie reviews, I want it to be we can talk about things we like, and we don't have to talk about things, we don't have to be, restricted by, constant reviews and things. I don't know. But, this is really the episode where we're really deciding where should we go in the future. I don't know, guys. This is 4 minutes in, and I feel like it's our grandest episode yet. I feel like, we have so much going for us, and we haven't even really started yet, Let's see where we feel after the podcast. That's what I'm going for here.
This is the episode, everyone, where we talk about the future.
And this is also the episode Daniel will be editing for the first time, because I will not have time.
What?
Very exciting.
Hello? I'm gonna have so much power. I can edit in like random things and random words to make Bob say like these random sentences.
Okay, second
That'll
thought.
be awesome.
This is the episode in which I will edit even though I have no time.
No, but like watch the one episode I edit, it goes viral and we become podcasting superstars.
I'll give you your shot. I'll give you your shot. Just make sure you cut out background noise. On the podcast, I will tell you what to take out of the podcast while we're recording. This is the most meta thing you've ever seen. What I'm suggesting here, take out all of the background noise, okay? Take out everything that doesn't make sense for the continuity of the episode, and remove every single mention of La La Land.
Man.
When you mention it.
Okay, but bringing it back to La La Land or like to La La Land.
Our guest star.
Hi.
Yes. Amazing. Bring it back.
Bring it to
back.
La La
Bring
Land.
it back.
Okay, La La Land. Okay, so I heard Daniel talking about La La Land and I got super excited about it. I went over to movies to go see it. I was super pumped about it, but then I was like so let down. It did not
Really?
It did not lead up to my expectations at all.
I'm in shock.
I've actually
right
never heard of somebody seeing La La Land and not liking it. I mean, I still
Like,
haven't seen it, and so I don't like it.
No, I mean,
But why didn't you like it?
Okay, first of all, I felt like, okay, so the movie, I kind of felt like I get it. It was meant to be like old fashioned. It was super cute at the beginning. I got like the whole purpose. Like she's trying to become an actress. He's trying to bring back jazz and all of that. And then they become a couple and all this and that. And I feel like it's not as good as what people are saying because I don't feel like it has a overall point. Like they get together but then they break apart and then everyone's like, what happened? And then I feel like everyone's let down because of that, and all of my friends have not liked it either because of that point. It just lets you down.
So what you're saying is you would have liked a more positive conclusion or conclusion at all?
Yes. For sure.
Okay.
I hope that made sense.
See, that's very interesting, and I think that's actually a really good point. That you want to make sure that your point can be understood. If you have a point to your movie, well, one, make sure you have a point to your movie, and two, make sure the point can be understood
Reese,
by the people you want to view the movie.
You don't get a talk. You don't get a talk because you haven't seen it.
I'm not specifically saying this is what La La Land was doing, but I think that brings to light something that a lot of times I think movies forget, is that you need to have a point for your movie, and you need to make sure that your point can be accessed by the people you want to, understand the point.
Here. Let me say something. All right, with La La Land, I felt like the ending and how it all concluded in its entire third act. That whole thing, like, it's one of those things that you have to actually think about it to understand the conclusion. Because I think the conclusion's there. It's just sometimes hard to find if you don't really spend time thinking about it and what every little thing means, because it does mean something.
Yeah, but Daniel.
What is this conclusion,
But Daniel, wait. But you also have to bring it back to the point where a lot of people are seeing this. So for the overall all advantage, you want everyone to be able to see the conclusion for it to be a great movie. So that everyone all will unite and be like, oh, this was a great movie. So
that's a really good point.
No, not everyone.
I think everyone has, though. Besides,
I've seen a lot of people.
Besides you, because like Reese just said, you're like the first person who he's seen that hasn't liked La La Land, so it obviously has some sort of conclusion that people like and can relate with because so many people love it.
Yeah,
well, here's the thing. I've heard of a lot of people.
Everyone.
No, wait here. Sorry, just a second. I've heard of a lot of people who like the movie a lot, but didn't like the conclusion. I've heard that happen. And here's the thing, is that I think it does make sense for what the movie was going for. I think there's a lot of times you don't need to have a movie that has the conclusion that everybody can access. But I think for a movie that's going for what it's going for, that might be helpful. I don't honestly get to make any judgments here, and I understand because I haven't seen the movie. But I do think that that's a good point, that if it isn't being if the ending is sort of like in general sort of up for debate as to whether it was good or not, then I think at that point that is an issue for a movie. Not that it makes it a bad movie. I don't know.
The thing is,
I
though,
can understand somebody not liking a movie because of that, though.
I thought that it was like the perfect conclusion. I had no problem whatsoever. Like, I couldn't think of an issue someone would have with the conclusion, because what the movie is two people that meet at a certain point in their lives and affect the course of their lives, and that's all they do. And that's just the story. It's just two people, they meet and they affect the course of both of their entire lives, and they move on and they go living their life. And that was the point of the movie. They were telling a story about this time in these people's lives, and what they did to affect each other, and how that changed. What sort of meaning does that have?
What does that mean?
Well, first of all, you can take it in so many different ways. You can take it from the romantic perspective. You can take it from a fulfilling, like a desire, something you want to do, like, or your future. Everyone can relate to their future because everyone looks forward to their future.
Yeah, but
in
this movie, it's disappointing in like ways, like it makes you feel sad because the guy isn't doing what his full, like, he had a purpose. Like, he had a purpose. He wanted to bring back jazz, like the original beautiful kind. And then he goes into this band where it's just like all hip hop and all dubstep and stuff, like with a little bit of jazz. Like, but that wasn't his point. That wasn't his main thing. And he did that all for her. Is that really like what you want? Like, that's not a good thing.
But the thing is, Shy. I'd understand if the movie ended and he was still in the band. But the thing is, the movie progressed, and by the end, he had his own jazz club, and he was set back for, when he joined the band, he was reminded, because a band like that's in mainstream, it provides security. He started giving up on his true dream because he liked the security of this, knowing that he would actually have a good income. So it took her to say, no, that's not what you want, though. When we first met, you had a passion to save jazz and start your own jazz club. And so that kind of bounced him back into that jazz. And so that's why by the end he had his own jazz club and stuff. That's called the struggle of this movie. And that's why it's so beautiful, the way that they affect each other's lives. He thinks he's going in this band and creating this and having like a nice, a secure amount of money for her, but it actually is just, but turns out like that's not what she wants for him. And so she tells him that, and they confront, and by the end they both like helped each other set their lives and fulfill what they wanted to do with their lives.
Yeah, that's true. And I see, okay, I see the satisfying point in where you have, okay, this person saw the comfortable, wow, my voice isn't working. Like the good spot in their life, they want to stay in it, but then they also see their dream. And I love that part. I think it is really good. And I guess yeah, you do make a point where it was very good in that sense, but I still feel like we already have that all around. Like, don't you see that in everyday life? You see people like coming together then going apart. Like, why do you really need a movie about that? Like, we have so many romance movies with that in it. You come together, then you drift apart because you have different purposes. Is that really?
I think there's more romance movies. Movies where people come
and
together,
stay together,
and they have a little fight, and they have this little like, this really like, oh my word, I can't believe you didn't tell me this secret about you, I'm so mad. And then by the end of the movie, I forgive you and I love you. And it's like, yeah, that's your romance movie. That's what happens. There's always conflict and stuff, and then they always end up staying together, and they're like, oh, we're gonna be in love for forever. And it's like, that's cool, but this is so much more than just a romance movie. You can take it how massive you want it to be, which I really liked about it, because
what does that mean though? What you've said that many times, and I'm not trying to like argue here. I'm curious as to what you mean by you can make it bigger, or you can you can take it in a way that's more.
Like with Shy, how she didn't like the conclusion, and I'm saying you have to kind of like think about it to understand the conclusion. You have to think about it in order to like understand a bigger point of the movie. You can first watch it and think of it as a romance movie that doesn't end well and that's really sad, but they end up like fulfilling their dreams in the end, so that's cool. Or you can think about it as like two people affecting each other's lives and continuing with their lives separately in order to fulfill what they wanted to do.
Here's the problem with.
So there's just multiple aspects to the movie. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah,
it's not sort of a one-sided.
I feel like there's a problem to the way we're thinking about this, because we're thinking about it the way we want to see this and the way we want to like see this finish off. Whenever shouldn't we be thinking about the way they want it, like the producers and stuff wanted to make it finish off? Like, I don't know if that made sense.
I think that's a good point, is that a lot of times I think there are two aspects to it. Is one, I think the person who's making the art is sort of responsible for not always like responsible for how people take it, but responsible for communicating what they want to communicate. And if they cannot communicate what they want to communicate in general, then that's sort of a problem. But also, they're not responsible for people taking it in a different way than they tried to make it. So like, if lots of people can see the point of it and some people can't, the artist isn't responsible for that, right? But I do think that a big value, I mean, I guess that's sort of unrelated, but I do think that a big part of like the value of like a movie and stuff like that is not only the point, but like, you know, specifically what the intended point was. There are lots of movies that like I like sort of what they went with because of a way I could think of it, but at the end of the day, it's a little bit more like I sort of have to analyze a movie based on what the person who made the movie was going for, more than just how I took it, I guess. Because I think one makes a good interpretation that I enjoy. That's sort of me. But another one is a good point that artist made. You know?
Yes, sometimes it's a combination, I think. Like, I mean, it's important for a director to want a movie to have a message and for that message to come across accurately in how he wanted it. And so I guess that's a part of having a successful message that comes across. But I don't know if that makes a movie like really like, oh my word, I took it in a different way, so I don't like it as much because I took it in a different way that he did.
Yeah.
I think we all have our own ways of appreciating film in its own way, because sometimes we see things that the director may even didn't even see when he made the film. I mean, I guess, I'm gonna divert this back to Star Wars now.
Good job, you're learning.
When like the Star Wars premiered or something like that, didn't George Lucas go on a vacation or something? He was like, instead of going to the premiere, he was like in a vacation somewhere with like the producer or something. And I heard like I don't know, maybe this is rumors, but I thought that they didn't think that Star Wars was gonna be like all that good. They weren't really like impressed with it.
They didn't think no, they didn't think it wasn't gonna be good. They thought it wasn't gonna be big. What I remember Mark Hamill, I think, said in an interview that they were thinking that they were going to make like a children's movie that only children would like, but at the same time, it would be a really, really amazing children's movie for those children who actually get to see it. That's sort of what Mark Hamill was thinking. He was like, well, I mean, this is just a movie for kids. It's not going to be anything big. But for those people who see it, wow, this is something. They definitely didn't think it was going to be big.
I think that kind of maybe like proves what I'm trying to say here, because they were thinking that the movie would do one thing, be like mainly for kids, and yet it turned into something a lot bigger and a lot more than they realized that it would.
Yeah. So, no, I'm not saying that like that, you know, something beyond what the artist was expecting could happen from something. But I am saying that the message, I think I'm talking more about the message of a movie rather than
the way the producer
being
designed
more popular
it,
than expected.
kind of, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Like what is the point of what George Lucas is saying in Star Wars? That's not something I mean, obviously many people will have their own takes on a piece of art, and that is of value too. I was just saying that I think an artist needs to be able to communicate what their point is in a way that can be understood. That's all. I wasn't saying. Yeah, I think George Lucas definitely did get what he was trying to do, and many people picked up on the fact that it's supposed to be, you know, sort of like an homage to like Flash Gordon and stuff like that, and it's that sort of thing. And I think he knew that that was sort of what he was going for, and I think the audience got it. I think it's a different thing that a movie, you know, is more popular than intended, or more people like it than is intended for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think
I see
this has
that.
really turned into our just random debate podcast that we're not really talking about anything in particular. It's just a bunch of random debate stuff that really has no real basis on anything. It's just a very free form sort of a debate episode. I think we should probably steer it into a direction that makes a little bit more sense. Daniel, you saw Logan and Kong Skull Island. What'd you think of those?
Well, I think, I don't know, I have my opinions about both the movies and my problems with both movies, but I guess I'll start with Kong Skull Island because I've seen that most recently. I saw it yesterday, actually. And, okay, it was, I don't know, maybe, I don't know how it affects your opinion of the movie, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling too well, so I don't know if I got the most out of the movie like I could have, but for me, watching the movie, it was a weird, I don't know how much I liked it. Like, I don't really think they didn't really focus that much on the characters. I don't know. I only, like, they were really, it was almost like shallow. I felt the whole movie was really shallow. Like, you have these characters, and they're walking through the jungle in this island, and there's Kong, and then he has to kill some lizard things to help the island or whatever, or, you know. And I was like, maybe it's just not my type of movie, like, but it was just really shallow, and I don't know, like, the plot was kind of your usual, like, you know, what you'd expect, King Kong. I mean, it actually started kind of to grow on me by the end. I kind of liked it. Like, I was like, okay, this is actually a pretty good movie. You know, I could see, you know, why it got its Rotten Tomato score, I guess.
What was its score on Rotten Tomatoes?
Well, last time I checked, it was like 70. Yeah, it was like 70, 75 maybe.
Okay, so it's about a 70 then. You think that's accurate?
I think that's what it was. I don't like hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Okay. So it's not a terrible movie. It's just not. I mean, it's not a terrible movie. It's just not very good.
Yeah, it was a solid film for sure, but it wasn't like, oh my word, the way that they like made it so much more than, you know, like the plot, how it like just got really like deep and like, oh wow, that make like, you know, I really like those types of movies, and they just kind of, oh okay, I'm just checking now. It actually got, oh wow, it got a 79 for the critic score and a 76 on the user score. So pretty good overall. But I mean, it was just your kind of your mainstream action movie. That's all there really was to it, you know. Not much. It was just action, really, and maybe a little bit of plot with, you know, Kong and stuff like that. But and the one dude who was lost on the island. But that was about it. And I mean, I guess I'm just not that type of person that really enjoys those a lot. But overall, it was a solid film.
Is it sort of similar to Jurassic Park in that sort of feel, or that sort of kind of movie?
No. I think Jurassic Park had way more character development and like.
So, but I mean, is it that sort of movie? Not is it that good? Obviously, I'd think Jurassic Park would be better, but like, is it that kind of movie?
Sorry. Yeah, I thought you were saying Jurassic World for some reason. You mean Jurassic Park?
Yeah, like Jurassic, any of those. Like, is it that sort of thing?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it could be no. I want to say no, but I want to say kind of yes. Just having pictures of them walking around through the forest, but.
Is it just sort of people walking around and getting killed by giant monsters, but then also some of them making it, and there's a little bit of story, but there's also a lot of like good character development. I mean, obviously not.
There's a lot of Samuel L. Jackson death stares where he just like stares, and it kind of was like you know, it makes you shiver a little bit because he does those death stares that it's just like, jeez. No, he does a lot of staring in the film, so like, I don't know why, it just made me laugh a lot. But
all right, so yeah, I guess just to wrap it up, what would you give it out of 100?
I mean,
or no, let's do our classic rating out of 18 Lego pigs.
There wasn't a. I wasn't too into it. Except for the last action scene, which I really liked. So I'd give it. I don't want to give it something too low because I kind of liked it. Out of 17 or 18 Lego pigs, I always forget.
It's always out of 18 Lego pigs.
Oh, it's out of 18?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll give it then.
I thought.
Then I'll give it 12 Lego pigs.
Okay, 12 out of 18 Lego pigs. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on to Logan. Shai, I think you saw that one too.
Yeah, I did see that one. I liked it. It had some parts where I was a little iffy, but overall I liked it. I enjoyed the movie. Daniel, what do you
Nice.
think?
Okay. I really enjoyed it. Like, it's amazing, and I thought it was a great movie. The way that they like had that eerie feel to it, and it's like, wow, we've seen this character, Logan Wolverine, throughout all these films, and we see how he grows and like how he like he's strong and he's oh, no worry if he gets that gunshot, it's gonna heal right up, no worry about that cut. But this one was like it was a struggle. The movie was just a struggle, like, for him, and you could almost feel that. Like, I was like, it was a struggle, and I really like that aspect and how it like worked throughout, and like the change.
So Daniel, about Logan, you sounded like you liked the fact that it was a superhero movie that in a way was more real, that it was more of a struggle, like not like a Superman movie where it's just like, oh no, he's still the most strong and powerful human being ever, and I guess there's kryptonite, but that's boring. Like, it was a movie that was really like, it was more real in the difficulty, I guess.
Yeah, because like, you never really had to worry about Wolverine getting hurt in the
And
other
then in
films.
this film,
there was
it
not
is a
really
problem though in this one.
Yeah, you're not used to having that, like, having him struggle just to heal, like, he's kind
Yeah.
of like, you saw maybe he was in pain a little bit whenever he got shot in the previous films, but this was, like, a serious struggle, and he's, like, towards the end of his life, and it's, like, it's really cool, and, but I felt there was something missing. I don't know, maybe, like, a nice, third... like a nice conclusion or a nice third act, like a nice, like that just made it all rounded out, and it all works.
To be
and that's
truthful,
cool. I honestly think they kind of did that intentionally, though.
okay, to be
Sorry,
truthful, I felt like there could definitely be like some more because I felt like completely like, what happened? I need to know more. But for like whenever you were saying, they probably also planned that. They were definitely like, okay, what can we make people feel like, oh, they need to see more of this. But I was also like that one person like crying at the end because of it. But that's me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right to be an emotional moviegoer. I mean, that's never been me. But
Whoa.
I've been to the theater with emotional moviegoers, and it's fine. Everybody
Yeah, but like
understands. It's cool.
I'm not normally one of those. I'm normally the person who just like laughs at everything. But this was actually something that I cared about really. I mean, I like the comics and I've seen them
So
all.
the movie made you
Yes.
care.
But like I've also always cared about like that movie series. Yeah.
You've
Yeah.
always liked X-Men?
I like the X-Men
That's
more
cool.
than any of the other superheroes. Yeah.
Wow.
X-Men are pretty cool.
Then what'd you think of X-Men
Um,
Apocalypse then?
I thought that X-Men was good. I didn't like some of the like okay. I didn't like some of the parts, but I mean, it's hard to say because I was also babysitting whenever I actually first watched it. So I probably didn't pay as much attention to it as I would have normally. But I thought it was a very good movie overall. They had room to work with that I feel like they should have like done a little more with it, but that's just what I think.
Hmm. Well, that's very interesting. Actually, I'm very interested to hear someone who really really enjoys X-Men talking about those sorts of movies. I'm glad that you were on this episode. Very good. Very interesting things.
And guess
here,
what? She's
guys.
still on this episode, though.
Still,
She's
guys.
Still on it too.
Still, right now, even as
Oh
we
my
speak,
goodness.
we have the opportunity to still ask Shirah one more question. This is going to be a short one, so this might be near the end. Yes.
Can I still finish talking about Logan?
No. I'm not saying end now. I'm just
Oh, okay. I don't know. I guess with Logan, like Shy was saying and like I was saying earlier, how about there's something missing, but I think they might have done that intentionally because they had all these like little references that actually kind of seriously affect the plot, and like some little things that you kind of have to like they'll slip by you so quickly, just like really small little things that if you're not paying like absolute attention, you'll miss, and you won't know why something happened or what that is, or like that's what happened to me a lot. And then I had to have my brother, he like walked in the room and was like explaining it to me because he like read some article, and like it was all in the comics about everything that had happened and like all the stuff, because they didn't really explain everything, they just said stuff and they didn't really go into it. And it provides me with a mixed emotion, because I actually like that, but at the same time I don't, because it's confusing for the average moviegoer, I think, and it was a little bit confusing for me, but I don't really seem to be hearing any problems like that. So it might have just been me, because I mean I haven't been hearing anything have people having issues if people having issues about that kind of thing. But I did have a small little issue. I didn't even know if it was like an issue. If I didn't know if I didn't like it or I liked it. It's mixed.
Yeah, but
yeah. That reminds me of excuse me. You go
sorry.
ahead, Shy.
Okay, so whenever
okay.
I saw it, I totally agree with you, Daniel, but I also think that they designed it that way so that they will be able to leave you with those questions, with those like, whoa, what just happened? This can't be. What's going on? Like you're so like there are things that you'll miss. So I think they purposely did that. Um, for sure, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna start making more movies about it. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, and and everyone's gonna be anticipating it and gonna be even more excited because of the last movie that they made. So I think that just like they kind of built a platform for the next upcoming thing if they do that. I'm not saying.
You know what this sounds like to me now? It sounds like what Daniel was wanting is for it to be more like Rogue One, in that there's extra information that if you see it, it's helpful, but you don't need it. But what they ended up doing was giving you a Force Awakens where you sort of need to see more in order to fully get it, but you can sort of understand the movie and enjoy it by itself.
Back to Star Wars.
Back to Star Wars, but you were the one who started the Back to Star Wars this episode, so I don't care.
It's true.
But that's exactly what it is, isn't it? They gave you Force Awakens and you wanted Rogue One.
But Force Awakens had less of everything, less plot, less like substance. I think Wolverine had a lot more like I was way more like Logan keeps on like you're just so intrigued. Like from the first part of the movie, you want to know everything that happens. You want to know everything that's going on, and you're just really it makes you so intrigued. But when they don't give you all the answers, it's a little bit like, did I miss something? Like, I'm sorry. I feel like I kind of missed something. Like, did I leave the theater by accident and just missed, like, a key plot point? Or, but I don't know, though, if they're going to actually, I mean, I don't know if they'd make, I think they're going to make a sequel with X-23, and they're going to, like, have her story. But it just felt like one of those movies that was a little bit more, like you have to think about the things that happen, and you kind of have to make stuff up on your own. Not make things up, but kind of like realize that that's how it happens and that's how it works. And they're not going to really go and explain those things. And there's some part in not explaining things that makes you appreciate it more. But there's all because I don't like movies that exactly over explain things, But I do like and I don't like movies that maybe under it, like, don't explain things enough. You kind of have to find that right balance. But I think with this movie, they wanted to make it a little bit more deep and a little bit more thought-provoking, so they didn't do that on purpose. Which, like I said, I still don't know if I'm into it or I'm just like, I don't think that's, I don't know, it's complicated.
That's actually, yeah, that's good. That sounds sort of like, you're really convincing me I need to see this movie, actually. I really want to see it now. It sounds very interesting with the way you're saying it, and like something I would enjoy. How many Lego pigs would you give that, Daniel?
Oh, I would give it, maybe if I watch it again and I catch things that I miss, I'll give it a higher rating. But I'll give it maybe like, I want to say 16 Lego pigs. Yeah.
Okay.
Out of 18.
And what would you give La La Land again? Just for reference.
Oh my word. I would give it like 20 out of 18 Lego pigs.
What would you give Rogue One?
I think we didn't do this for Rogue One.
No, we didn't.
I'd give Rogue One, I need to see it again, actually. I've only seen it once, and I really liked it. But I want to watch it again. Sorry. I'd give it like, I'd give it 17.5, and if I've seen it again, then I'll give it that last half to make it 18. And if I see it again and I like it,
cool.
Even more.
All right, Shai, what would you give? What would you give?
Yeah, have you seen Rogue One, Shai? I actually didn't know.
Wait, no. I mean for Logan.
Okay.
Oh, Logan?
How many Lego pigs would you give Logan?
But for me, I have like, I'm a hardcore adoring fan to all X-Men things. So we have 18, right? I'd give it all 18 personally.
Yeah.
But that's me. I mean,
18 out of 18 Lego pigs.
But that's also me.
Nice.
And I love it. But yeah.
That is amazing. What would you give Rogue One?
Rogue One. Oh my goodness. I kind of forget which one that was. I'm so mixed up.
The Star Wars movie.
The most recent? Okay. With that one, I would give it a 15. But that's me. I didn't like it that much. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Not a Star Wars fan.
No,
it's all right. You broke
but
my
I like the
soul.
old Star Wars way more than the new ones. That's what I.
Okay, that's a point. That's a point in your favor. Sure.
Okay.
You didn't entirely crush my soul.
Oh my goodness.
For me, that's what I liked about Rogue One, is that it's much closer to the old Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Than the Force
That's
Awakens.
why I gave it such a higher one than I would have given the other ones. But that's.
What would you give Force Awakens then?
Oh goodness. I shouldn't get started on this. Okay. To be truthful, I probably would give it maybe like the highest I would probably do would be a 10. That's the highest I would do. That's really mean.
You did not like.
Okay.
I didn't like it.
You did not like Force Awakens that much.
Friend of the podcast,
So sad.
Quadri, you have broken Quadri's heart. You have broken him.
I bet she has.
He is broken. Well, this is sort of the conclusion of the podcast, to be honest. You know, we've talked about things, and I'm gonna have the worst time editing. It was a very interesting episode. Just when I think it can't get worse, it does. But then there are really great moments, and I think some of the things that we talked about in here are of much value. Okay, and if you don't think so, then tweet us at GoshDanielPod, because we just want one tweet.
You need it, and use the hashtag We Love Editing Bob here. Okay.
We love editing Bob. Yes. Hashtag We Love Editing Bob. Yeah, that's the real hashtag of the episode. You can also find us on Patreon. Patreon.com/GoshDaniel, like Myron Smith did.
Speaking of Patreon,
yeah.
Yes.
And Hunt the Bunt Gunter Schmunter, who is also giving us $1 a month. So we have our steady income of $2 a month, and when I figure out how to actually receive that,
Yay!
you've been receiving it.
No.
I thought all of the money was supposed to be, you know, sort of like an equal thing, like we're buds here. But apparently, he's been taking it to pay rent.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry.
offended, but also I'm saddened that he lives in a third world country where $2 is enough to pay rent each month. I feel very bad that I live in such privilege, when obviously Daniel does not. Also, you can, you know, if you're listening on YouTube, or I guess you'd be watching, we are on iTunes and Stitcher. And if you are on Stitcher, we're on iTunes and YouTube. And if you're on iTunes, we are on Stitcher and YouTube. But those are both clearly inferior.
But thanks to our amazing guest star,
Yeah,
Shirah Dinkelman.
Shirah Dinkelman, thank you. Friend of the show, Shirah Dinkelman, finally on the show. It's great to have you. And, you know, it sounds like you're going to be doing the art for the visual eps on YouTube in the future.
What?
And that might be super exciting if Daniel can pull together, you know, enough effort to just put in those drawings and stuff like that. Yeah, if you can put in that effort, it'll be great.
I don't know. It's so much effort.
I know.
Do you know how much time I spent on the last thumbnail? It was like forever.
Oh, really? Haven't even seen it.
And it didn't even look that good, but I don't care.
I haven't even seen the thumbnail. I feel bad now.
It's okay. Well, anyways, I think we need to close this off just before you go check for the thumbnail.
Yeah, just, yeah, please donate to our Patreon. Please tweet us. All those things.
And,
whatever.
gosh, Daniel, episode 11, the GDP is out. See you.
Oh, that's a weird way to end it, but okay. Bye, people.
Bye.
How many Lego pigs?
Yeah.
Pigs.
But basketballs do have points.